First of all, thank you for joining me, and I will quickly introduce myself. My name is Gianluca. I work as a consultant for a Platinum Solution partner and application vendor called STAGIL. Um, Today's topic is how to set up a virtual office for enterprises. I would say that this is somehow a sensitive topics for my company, as we have been working fully remotely for the past 6 years. By fully remotely, I mean that I am currently based and I'm currently talking to you from Spain. My team lead is based in New York City, and my supervisor is based in Germany. So really, we are spread over many countries in order to be closer to our clients. And what we will see today is basically coming from our best practices and our direct experience. Um, I would like to say also before starting that I'm assuming that most of you that are attending this webinar already have an idea of Atlassian environments. They have been users, at least users in the past, or currently they are using these solutions. So because we only have 1 hour, I will give a lot of things as granted. I have to. However, you can interrupt me anytime with questions in case I've not been enough clear. I'm also the only um, person currently doing this webinar, so I will try to keep an eye on in the chat to read your questions. Just be patient if I will not read them immediately. I will do my best, but for sure at the end we will have time for questions. So enough said. I think we can go hands-on in our Jira environment. I decided not to prepare any presentation or slides because I think they're quite boring, and it's more interesting to be hands-on in the environment. To keep it even more interesting, as you might notice, I gave a Galaxy theme to our instance. We will see later what does it means. But here we are in our first starting screen, which is our dashboard. The goal of this presentation is to show you and somehow demonstrate how you can manage your virtual office or entire company through this environment. Um, I will just quickly underline that the three main Atlassian solutions that we will be talking about today are Jira for project and task management, Jira Service Desk that can be integrated in order to manage tickets coming from a service desk portal. And all of these solutions can be integrated as well with Confluence that can be summarized as a knowledge base and sharing platform. I saw a notification, so I guess it's a chat. Yeah, we are recording this webinar, so I don't know exactly when it will be published. I guess just in the next few days through our website and a LinkedIn profile. So let's start with through our journey, we will cover mainly 3 topics. So we will start with project management, and I will show you how by adopting advanced linking, you can fully and comfortably manage and supervise projects remotely. This is done with integrations between the native Jira features, which of course are already suitable for project management, with additional features like advanced linking. Then we will cover the asset management and HR topic. So again, through the advanced linking, we can implement an asset and human and HR monitoring system inside our Jira. And last section, but not least, will be about the task management and the service desk. So in concrete, how your agents, team members, or employees can conduct their work on a daily basis, track their progresses, and also manage their workload. Let's start first with the project management. So here we are in our project management dashboard that gives us informations and graphs of the status of our projects. We will go now to our first ticket. As you probably already know, the basic element of a Jira environment is an issue, or also called ticket. So again, I'm giving as granted more or less that you are familiar with this environment, but be patient and allow me just to introduce you a little bit the interface. So in this Jira project that is called projects and portfolio, uh, what we want to do is to monitor and manage, as the name suggests, our projects that are currently on. This ticket in particular is a portfolio issue type, which means that we can expect a list of projects that are included in our portfolio. Um, we already have in the details some informations regarding the team that is related to this. We can have informations regarding the budget that has been granted to these projects, and also some visualization of this, if the project, if the budget has been respected or not. We will go back later to these traffic lights. Um, we have every issue in Jira has a workflow assigned to it, a description, and here comes the first interesting topic in my point of view from a project management perspective. So here we have a tab called Included Projects, where we have a list of all the projects that are part of this portfolio with some additional information regarding the project itself. Um, Here we have just shown some sample data to underline that you can work both with drop-down list, with dates, but also with numbers and applying formulas to those fields. We can see here below this is what we will explore also today, which are the advanced links to the issue. But below you can see what are the native or standard link types of Jira. We will go into the details of it. Um, you have also probably noticed that the informations related to this portfolio not only are listed in a table, but they are also visualized in a graph. Here on the left, we can see a relation graph where we can see our portfolio in the center and all the projects that are included in this portfolio. We will go in a second more into the relation graph. Let's open, for example, one of our projects, like a demo project plan, and see what additional information we can find in. So here we can see not only in this case, we don't have projects included, but we can see the staff, so the employees that are involved in this project. And we can also see the milestones of the project. This is something that would not be normally possible with standard linking for Jira. But here, the advanced linking allow us to display also the workflows and the informations of, sorry, the workflow, the milestone and the informations related to them. Um, every project will be then visualized in a relation graph. We can open this graph and I will show you that you can, is it possible to visualize the informations related to a specific ticket in a in a graph, in a relation, in an issue link graph, where we can select the issue types, the link types that we want to see, and apply quick filters in case of necessary. They can be also organized in hierarchies. So in this case, we have the company, we have the staff involved in the project, we have the portfolio, and we have the project with the milestones. So in this case, this is the hierarchy that has been determined. On the left, we always see informations, a preview, I can say, of the specific ticket that has been selected. And there are plenty of configurations regarding the level of links that we want to display. Don't get afraid, but there will be a lot. Yeah, because we switch it to level 2. Switching to level 2, it means that, for example, in this case, it's showing only the link types that are related to the demo project, right? So only, for example, from demo project to Dennis, and this is the first level. This adding a second level means that you will see also the links that goes from Dennis to other tickets. For example, if Dennis is involved also in another project, we will see an arrow going to another project. We have been talking about milestones. So one thing, again, I assume most of you already know, but Jira can be integrated with Confluence and use it as a knowledge base. So you can always link a Jira ticket to a wiki page where you can find additional information regarding a specific topic. Let's open now a milestone. And this is a standard Epic issue type. Most of you will be familiar with it. And as you expect, we will see here all the issues that are included in this Epic. Last part of this project management section, you see here that the Jira is telling us exactly where this milestone is located in our Gantt chart. So Big Picture is an additional application that can be installed in Jira and allow us to visualize the project in Gantt charts and manage the resources of it. For example, let's open the Big Picture program related to this project, and I will give you a quick idea. I hope my resolution is not too low. I will zoom in a little bit. Okay. So in our Gantt chart, we have our portfolio. With here, we have the calendar, the reference with the calendar. It's currently in the scale of a quarter. Maybe it's too much, but let's keep it this way for now. If we open the portfolio, we can see all our projects included in the portfolio. And based on the hierarchy that we have established, we will see the issues inside the projects. In this case, we have our milestones here. One thing that is interesting about the Gantt chart, so we will not go, of course, into the details of the Gantt chart because we don't have time for it, but you can see that every issue that is included in the project is displayed here on the Gantt chart, where you can see the start date and also the end date. These orange arrow means that there is a relation. In this case, it's a start-end relation between the issues, which means that this this task P1 PI 21 should be completed before the this task PI 22. The issues can be moved in the Gantt chart, and you can establish the logic that should follow. For example, if we want to postpone the end date of this task for the 7th of July, we can just drop it there. The system automatically move the ticket and maintains the link. However, we said before that it should have been performed before the ticket 22. In this case, what we need to do is to change here the task mode. So currently it's set to manual, but if we set it to bottom up, and we need to set also this task to bottom up, what the system will do in automatic is to reschedule the task. So for example, if we move it to the following week, or the starting date of the related issue will be automatically moved. So one thing that will appear then is that there is a critical path in this task created by the fact that we have postponed the starting dates, and this gray line suggests the estimated or the original end date of this milestone, and the orange one is the expected end date because we have moved our tickets. So this tool, together with the project management, it's a tool that can be used by team lead and supervisor to monitor the activities of their teams and the progress of their projects. I say the activities of their teams because another interesting functionality that I will just mention now is resources. Here, the team lead is able to visualize the workloads just been updated. So we here the team lead will see the current workloads of each of his team member, and will be able to assign tickets to specific team members. We will not go through the details of it. I just wanted to mention for maybe those of you who are not familiar with these solutions. Coming back to our original project, so to our demo project, we've been talking about milestones, and I mentioned that we had also relations as underlined in the ticket with the staff, with the project staff. So I will open, for example, the profile of Daniel, and what are we loading now? It's a Jira ticket. So inside Jira, this is just a normal, ordinary ticket. However, thanks to the advanced linking, this becomes what we can define the HR profile of Daniel Fietta. Here in this in the ticket, we have all the detail, all the personal informations regarding Daniel. We can see that the job site is the US headquarters. We can even retrieve the application, job application of Daniel. It's always another, it's again another Jira ticket. And for example, here, if we might be interested, we could find the CV related to Daniel. Not only the personal informations, but also we can see the hardware that is that has been associated to Daniel. So currently he's using a printer, a Galaxy S8, and a computer for his daily work. Below, we can see also all the projects where Daniel is involved, and information regarding the statuses. If we open again the graph, we will see all those informations organized, visualized in a graph. And what is, I think, interesting, again, of these graphs is this, that, for example, here we see that there is a relation between Daniel and Peter. So Peter is Daniel is the supervisor of Peter in our HR hierarchy. And by double clicking on Peter, the focus of the graph changes and goes to Peter. So right now, Daniel is still here, but we will see all the issues that have relation with Peter. If we want to go back to Daniel, we just double click, then we will go back to the issues that have relation with Daniel. Why I'm talking about advanced linking versus native links type of Jira? As you probably know, Jira by default give us the options to link a ticket to another issue. So here we can choose the attribute if it's relates to, for example, and here Jira already give us the option to select a ticket to be linked. However, there are two main limitations on it. The first one is that imagine to have a project with hundreds or even thousands of tickets. It's not always easy to retrieve the correct ticket that you want to link, especially because there is no search bar option. And secondly, you don't have the possibility to show these links with a defined hierarchy and visualize them in graphs. Also, what this ticket is not linked, but here back in the project, we can see that the links cannot really display any advanced attributes of the relation, while an advanced linking not only is represented in a graph, but you can display them in a more advanced and professional way, also including formulas and datas. I think this the example of Daniel. This is, let's say, an overview of project management in Jira, which is part of our today topics, but not exactly. What I want to show you now is how you can really create your virtual office, manage your virtual office in Jira, thanks to the advanced linking. To do so, you already had an idea with this example with Daniel, but to do so, I will switch now, as I promised you that we will have a galaxy theme. I will switch now to another projects that we have here. We will switch now from a project to how to implement data center in Malaysia to our space shuttle. So by using this advanced linking, what we can do is to configure, first of all, the profile of our entire company or a specific branch of office into a Jira ticket. So for example, in this case, our branch is a space shuttle. We can have the informations of where this space shuttle is based on. So this is the name of the planet. You see that the advanced link gives me already a preview when I leave my pointer on the informations regarding the related ticket. And I can have an overview on all the hardware or assets related to this space shuttle. And I can see if there are open tickets related to this shuttle. I have my CRM crew. In our specific case, I would define it just as a CRM. So I can have an overview on the clients of this office, or for example, the competitors and the crew. So we have listed here the employees of this specific the specific shuttle. What is nice here to see, for example, if it's that if we go to, for example, our employee Hans Yolo, what we will see here is the profile of the employee. We will see, we can display different informations. Some of them we saw them already. We can have directly a link to his contract in case we might need it, and we can monitor his overtime. So by defining the workload and work plan for his contract, we can calculate the statistics of his work. Here we see also that there is that Jan Solo has created a ticket support, and someone is dealing with it. In this particular, something about his hardware was not working, and the Björfrauen has been assigned to solve this ticket and has been already closed. As always, everything is displayed in graphs, and we can also have avatar, so picture of our specific employee. We can, for example, we can manage both HR and assets the same way. So sometimes I will be talking about assets, including also employees. I'm sorry about that, but it's just because in the system they are registered exactly the same. So for example, here in our assets, we have our turbo laser. So let's imagine that I see that it's in repair, so I want to have more information about that. And I will open the profile of my hardware or asset. I can always display here, I can always have a reference to the office or the relations with the branch. And I can see that there is a ticket, kaput. Some of my colleagues are German, as you can see. So we can see that it was in repair and has been already closed, this ticket. So for example, here, I could contact Adrian to ask if the ticket has been solved. So this turbo laser should be considered as repaired or not. See, there is a difference between logical difference between statuses. And the interface is the same both for personal profiles or assets profiles. What is also possible is to visualize all these informations in a org chart. For example, here with a link to Confluence, I can always have an overview on my organization and the details of each team member. For example, again, Hans Solo, we can have informations regarding his skills, regarding the organization that he is part of, and chat history in case we would have a chat integrated, or about me if Hans Solo has decided to leave some information or introduction. Is it clear so far the difference between a native Jira link and the advanced linking that are now allowing us to create HR and asset management solutions inside Jira? I don't see questions, so I will just continue. Before continue to another topic, I would like to show you that the informations regarding the assets and the HR have been categorized here in the top navigation menu. As you can see from This is actually another add-on of ours called STAGIL Navigation. You can personalize the navigation bars, both in terms of design as well as informations and permissions. For example, here we can see the tab related to HR, and we could limit the view or the access to this tab only for HR members. Or for example, here we see support. We can limit the visualization of this tab only to support team members. The customization is possible both for the top navigation bar as well as the side navigation. This I find it quite interesting. For example, in this case, for assets, you can see here, we have our assets categorized. And if we click in one of them, we will have a list of, in this case, weapons. We will have the full list of weapons present in our company. And here, a very intuitive side navigation bar to all our assets, other assets. And in this case, it's called enemies, but we can consider it as a CRM or competitors or so external contacts, and human resources, so we can have a full list of all our employees. In always remaining in the HR topic, I will show you in a second how the specific team members can work on a ticket, can log the time in their ticket or plan it, and how they can also request for holidays or refunds in case of, for example, ticketing or business trips. For this, let's imagine for a second to be an agent. So we are working remotely and we are starting our day. So we will most probably start from a dashboard. Let's say our team dashboard, where we can see that luckily we don't have any issue that is due within 2 weeks, so we don't have much pressure. But we can see here the list of tickets that have been assigned to us. The tickets can be created internally, so I create directly the task I have to do, or my supervisor create the task and assign it to me. Or they can also come from the customer portal. So in this case, the request is coming from a client or an external person. Or for example, in our case, if we are working remotely, also an employee can use the service desk to raise a service request, for example, for some hardware that is not working. I will show you what I mean in a second. So let's go in our customer portal. The portal can be used both by customers and employees. Let's imagine that I am an employee. I've been working from home, and as often happen, my printer is no longer working. So we always have this portal can of course be configured and customized as you prefer. We are still in the Galaxy theme, so we will raise a request for a space shuttle problem because our printer is in the space shuttle. I will change for Hans. So the reporter will be Hans Yolo. Here we should summarize the problem. And interesting is that if the customer portal is integrated with Confluence, we will have some troubleshooting and knowledge articles as a suggestion as we are typing. So for example, my printer is not working. We already have articles that are possibly linked to our problem. But as often happen, we are not interested in reading them. We need to, now that we have a title, we need to specify which asset is related to this problem. And again, here the advanced linking allow us to pre-select, to not to determine what issue can be selected, right? So in this case, we will see only the assets that are related to Hans Solo. So we will not have, it will not be possible for Hans Solo to create a ticket for an asset that is not related to, assign it to him. So we can say that our machine M500 is not working. Additionally, we can also have a table with more information to provide, for example, a specific part, a request service, if it needs to be upgraded or just refilled and so on. And we could add these information in the ticket. We can create our ticket. So this portal can be used both from clients and team members working abroad, working remotely. For example, if I need just to communicate with my supervisor or team leader, of course, I will be using the chat solutions like Slack or Mattermost. But if I need to forward a formal request, I need a traceability, or I just want to start an internal process, then I will also personally in my daily life open the service desk of my company and raise a ticket. This is how the ticket looks like from the end user perspective. We can leave a comment, additional comment if we want, and it will be displayed in the ticket. We can see that a ticket has been already, ticket K has been already assigned, but let's switch back to our system and see how the agent will be able to find this ticket. So if I am an agent that has the support as one of his main tasks, I will be interested in see my support team queue. So this is the interface where we can categorize all the tickets coming from the service desk into queues. The queue can be determined by characteristics of the ticket itself. So what type of ticket it is, what type of priority it has, or also be determined on the base of the agent. So for example, I am based in Spain, so I might have access to the queues of Spain, and I might not have permission to even display the queue of Germany, for example. These are the queues that are now in our troop support service desk. We can expect that our ticket would be or in the unassigned issues, or also in the service request, because that was the case. We can find here, you see my printer is not working. So here is my ticket. We can determine SLAs. So in our case, it's 4 hours. We can see also in the incidents some more advanced SLA. So in this case, there is distinction between the time to resolution and time to first response. So first response is set to 2 hours, and time to resolution is set to 4 hours. Anyway, so I am the employee team member. I'm working on these tickets. I will open the ticket that we have just created, and I will start to work on it. Okay, so it's a bit slow, the system, but I guess it's because of the sharing. So here we have all the informations related to the ticket that we have fulfilled. We can see the affected asset, so machine 500. We see the description is not working. And what is interesting is that the agent has these suggestions to knowledge articles or troubleshooting articles that can be useful in this case. We will go back in a second. We have informations regarding the SLAs, the person the reporter of this ticket, and also if the reporter has other tickets open at the moment. So we can see the chronology of the tickets. They're always displayed also as graphs. In this case, I will just assign it to me because I decided to be working on this task. I will move it to investigate, and in this case, I can, for example, leave a comment to ask for more informations, or if I just want to forward the knowledge base article, for example, here, how to fix my space shuttle printer, I can just leave a comment. I can just leave a comment that will be received by the reporter by email notification and in his service desk portal. What is interesting here for the remote work is the possibility to log my time on this task. For example, now we have just addressed this task, we have left a comment, and what we would like to do is to register the time that we have spent on this ticket. We can do it in multiple ways. As you can see here on the button, we have an option to start the tracker, a time tracking. This would be one way, but we are too late for that because we haven't started tracking it before. So we will just click on log time here. And here is where the agent can log the time spent on a specific issues by leaving a description of what he has done, information regarding the time spent. In this case, we will put 5 minutes. In case if this time spent is billable or not billable, this will be helpful to generate the invoices, the related invoices, and other informations. We can log our time. And here in Tempo, we will see the time log, the 5 minutes logged. Of course, the possibility to log the time, visualize the time logged, it's customizable, can be customized. So, for example, we can set the configurations that only the agent can log time for himself, but he cannot see the time logged by other users, while the supervisors can see the time logged by any member of his team. Where this logged time is displayed is here in time. Again, the definition here of time and this icon has been personalized with STAGIL navigation. So you will, by default, you will not have this display. I can review my work. So I have just logged 5 minutes now, and I want to see what I've been doing today. So I have here the options to see the calendar. There are multiple options to see just a simplified way, or also to see it with reference to the time. But here is where I can see the task that I've been working on today. I can plan time for a task for tomorrow. And in case I am a team lead, for example, or if I want to, I have tickets assigned to me that I want to plan, I have here a list of issues that I can assign to myself. So for example, we can say that this problem, I want to address it on Friday. So I will leave a comment just for other team members. And I will have 30 minutes planned for Friday to address this topic. What is very nice here is that I can display my time logs both as a calendar or timesheet. So it will be just a list with automatically calculated the time logged and how much time I'm supposed to work per week. This is something can be seen also here. So I'm supposed to be working 40 hours and I have logged so far 1 hour and 35. So my supervisor won't be very happy. Other options is to a more advanced tool for planning. This is specifically for team manager, team leads. Is this a planning tab where I can filter the resources by teams, specific users or roles. For example, let's say the team STAGIL. We can see the members of the team STAGIL and we can start planning work for them. For example, we can assign to Daniel this task. And here we will see that there is a green check. It means that Daniel has already achieved the 8 hours per day for this today. So we cannot, if we try to assign another ticket to him, this will be shown as a red cross because to inform us that there will be some overtime needed for Daniel. We can, for example, assign this here, and this is a tool that can be used by project managers to assign the tickets and overview the workloads of their teams. These workloads can be related not only to the working hours per week of the specific members, but also on budget plans. So imagine that you need to invoice this time logged. You can predetermine what is the budget for a specific project and monitor how is performing the team in relation with the budget that has been predetermined. This is not the only report, but also you can create basically any type of report you're interested for in terms of logged time, planned capacity, and so on. Last but not least thing about my work, at the end of the month, I will have every team member will have the option to submit the period. So by doing so, he will have an overview on how much time he has been working, if he has done some extra hour and so on. And he will have the possibility to pick a reviewer of his timesheet. So by submitting this timesheet, Daniel Fietta will be notified and will have to accept this timesheet. So it's really easy to monitor and track the work of every team member, even if working remotely. And this is something that we have been using for many years now, and it's really intuitive on both sides, from agent and supervisor's point of view. I check if there are questions, but no. So if I don't know if this is just a quick overview on how you can use advanced linking for both project management, HR, and asset management. I don't know if there are specific questions. I can go deeper into the configurations, or what's the difference between a native link. I guess no. So what I would do, so first I will just type here for the records, yes, and I will type you here my email address. So you can always raise a ticket in our customer portal or that is here in our website, or you can send me an email in case you have specific questions, curiosities, or just some more detailed informations more than what I could give you in this quick webinar. So if there is no question, I will see a notification. Yes, yes, and my supervisor would be happy to say yes to you, because sometimes I also forget to submit my timesheet in time. So you can determine notifications both by email, SMS, or just inside the Jira environments. And also when you submit the period, and for example, is rejected by the supervisor is able to leave comments to explain why has been rejected. Sure. So basically, what I've been showing you today is beside the Jira platforms, we have seen an add-on called Big Picture for the Gantt chart. So how to when we display the projects on the Gantt chart, the STAGIL navigation, which is the add-on that allows you to customize both the top navigation, side navigation, and also the bottom. So here on the top, on the bottom. And actually, where we haven't touched it, just to show you that this is how we have added the pictures and so on. Then we have STAGIL assets. That is actually the add-on that allows you to use the advanced linking. It's called asset, but as you saw, you can use it. It's basically an add-on that allows you to create relations between tickets. And regarding the time tracking, we have seen an add-on called Tempo. There are actually 3 versions of Tempo, but I think for our case, this is the most relevant one, and this is the add-on that track the time spent and create reports. Basically, these are the only four add-ons that we have been using today. One nice thing I want to show you, it's also this. For example, you're welcome. One nice thing regarding the assets is that you can also assign QR codes to a specific asset, and this is quite nice. For example, you could print this QR code and attach it to the laptop, so that the end user, in order to open the ticket related to this laptop, could just scan the QR code, and it will be automatically redirected to the Turbo Laser profile. I don't know if you have other questions. I think I answered to all of them. Just don't know. I don't know, Sedera, if I have replied to your questions, or you want to some additional informations. But all the notification, just to give you an answer, all the notification can be configured and personalized. It's, I would say that probably just fantasy is the limit for the configurations. Okay, so if you don't have other question, I have left you my email. You can reach me through the customer portal, and I will be glad to also, if you want a specific demo regarding the advanced linking, how to set up the remote environment, I would be glad to have a call with you one to one, no problem. So I'm afraid that our time is going to expire. So thank you a lot for the time, and I hope to receive feedback from you, and I would be glad to help you. Thank you, and have a good afternoon.